All right, guys. So we got something new in. I've been working on this for the last couple of days, so there hasn't been a video the last 2 days. Well, yesterday's video was taken the day before, but you get the idea. Something as promised and very important for the shop. The lift is here, and you can see we're about 95% done with it. And a lot of you guys are saying, "Oh man, you got to have a company come and hook this lift up." That's not really the case at all. It's actually way easier than I thought. You need a little bit of manpower. So how this thing came in, I should took some before pictures of it. Ruh-roh. I'm gonna take the torch and torch that oil off of there. How these come in, they come in a whole bunch of different pieces. So just the pillars themselves come in separate. The pump and everything, this is all in a separate box. There's only the blue pillar and then this base. You see it's big giant pins here with snap rings, and these arms come off. These arms are close to 100 pounds a piece. They're crazy heavy. Now this is a lot bigger lift. It's a 10,000 pound lift. And there's a couple other things here. You can either get the piece you got to drive over. The cables go in with the hydraulic line on the bottom, or you get it on the top. And I believe how it works, I'm not exactly sure because I don't have one of those lifts, right? I think the posts have to be a little bit taller, and this will go up to, right here's the last stop, right? That's about 7 foot tall. That depends on how many cups you have on your deals here, on your pads and all that. But basically these cables come up just rolled up in each pillar, right? And then there's one in each one. You just unravel it. It's just tied up in a big loop right here. You just chase it up over the pulley, and that goes down, and that goes all the way over here. And you chase it up underneath there, and that hooks in right there. And the same on the other side. The other side goes up, over the pulley, down, and then attaches in right there. Got double nut. Now, everybody before I did this was scared to death of the damn adjustment for the cables. And the adjustment for the cables, they just have to be about the same. You reach in here and just check the adjustment. And it's supposed to be like a belt on a car. Just snug, right? Not so you can pluck like a guitar string, but just nice and snug. And they are. You can see here on the floor, they're holding up about evenly off of there. We have the top plate to put on there when it's all said and done. These are a little easier to set up with everything down here because you're up on the ladder, and if your stop doesn't actuate, if you have the piece going across the top, you could hit the roof of your car on the top ledge, right? So I figured this is gonna be a little better, and we do have it angled in here. So we come in the door because we have like a hill that goes up, right? So I can unload the trailer up there, either roll a car down here backwards or forwards through the door and right here in the lift. If you notice, the lift's kind of pointed towards the door and it's not straight. If we would have put it straight, I would have had to pull a car in, nose in, back up, nose in, back up. This way, you can see the 1600 sitting over there. There's enough room to get behind it when it's parked in there and come right in. Now, there's a couple other things. We throw all this crap out of here, this extra green board and stuff, and that ladder needs to go somewhere else. Obviously, I have all the parts on the floor for the lift we're still assembling here. But the 1600 will fit right here, no problem. Absolutely no problem, with plenty of room to walk in here. Another car will fit on the other side. So we got quite a bit more room. I could definitely put the 1600 over here on rollers and put the E90 on that side, or vice versa. We could pull a car in, put up on the lift, and park another car underneath of it if need be. We have a lot of room. If we had another car on rollers, I could even put a car back here. The mower is going to get out of here. That wood and that table and crap all needs to be shuffled. But we don't have quite that much room yet. But if need be, we have more cars and we got to get stuff inside. There's a storm coming. We could put everything inside, even if we have another car or two. Now, everything else, I think the only thing I haven't looked up was where these handles here go. Not really sure. I'm guessing right there to help pull that over. And then there's some guides right here. They were just laying loose in there. But there's a big giant chain on the back side. You can see it's all kind of snuggled up there. It's probably has something to do with that, I think. I can't find the instructions anywhere where these go, but they do bolt in. Maybe the rubber bumpers for something else. I don't know. I'll look at some pictures on the internet and see. And there's also rubber flaps that screw in here and go up over the cables if you prefer that. I don't know if I prefer that or not. And then, of course, we have these, and these actually screw in. I don't know exactly. Oh, we got to pull the snap ring out. Then they go down in there like so. And these screw up. You can screw them up and in and out and so forth. That's not a snap ring, it's just an O-ring. No, it is. Okay, I see. It is a big snap ring. Yeah, so we'll store all that out and get those popped in. Then we have the truck adapters, which you can probably use for an X5 that extends that up even further, a few more inches further. So it's a very interesting setup. And this was the A+ lift. And this had some of the best reviews. And some of you guys are interested in this type of shop. This is the 10 kbp, so 10,000 pound lift. And we looked up, there was some guys running, sorry, we're on the GoPro still for a few more days here. There's some guys running 9,000 pound lifts, some like no name stuff. And you could buy those for like 1,200 bucks, right? And they said when they lifted them up, if they had a heavy car on them, they could see the arms bending on the lift. And I wasn't down with that one because everything we do is heavy cars besides the 1600, right? And so this one was $17.99 shipped. So it came on a semi, had one of my friends unloaded at his shop or his store, set it on my trailer, got it back here on the trailer, and me and my cousin and one of his friends unloaded it. So it's definitely a two-person job unloading the posts. They're somewhere between 400 and 500 pounds a piece, just the post only. So it's about everything two people could do to stand those up. Then, yeah, they're really probably a good hour to set it all up. And we're down to hooking this up. I bought some 10-3 wire for that. And maybe I could have used 12-3, but that's 10 gauge on there. So I didn't really want to, take the chance on that. 10-3 is like crazy expensive. It was like 70 bucks for 50 foot, which isn't that bad, I guess, but it's a lot for a Romex, no doubt. So I got that. We got 32 weight oil. You could use 46 or 32. And they said if you're in a non-AC or non-heated shop, which temporarily we are, 32 is more than fine. So I grabbed that. We need about 2.5 gallons of that. We got 5 gallons of it. And you're supposed to use it for a week and then change the oil, which we'll use it for longer than that before we change it because, we're not going to be lifting up and down every day by any means. But we have enough for another oil change and so forth. I have a question I want to ask you guys here too. On these anchors, these are 7-inch anchors. And obviously you drill a 3/4 inch hole, you tap them down, then you hammer the pin in and it spreads it. Okay. But we have the concrete right here is about 9 inches thick. And we did that on purpose because the new lift's going to be here. So these don't go all the way through the concrete to spread the bottom. So when we hammer them down, we got about 3/8 of an inch that's sticking up. And I noticed when I ran them down with the impact, they say not to do that. A couple of them pulled up. So I just loosened the bolt, loosened the nut, hammered it back down again, and then they held the second time. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anchors in each post. So anybody knows anything about concrete anchors, let me know if you think that's going to be okay. I think we're probably way overkill. They all ran down with the big impact on the first setting. So they're all about 65, 70 foot-pounds, and they all locked in. But anybody has any insight on that, let me know. The concrete was 6,000 PSI with the fiber in it and with rebar in it. So at 9 inches thick. So that's definitely overkill for anything we need. That's pretty much it on the lift, guys. I absolutely cannot wait. As soon as this thing's functioning, we're going to get the M5 up on it, and then the 1600, which hopefully maybe is tomorrow if I don't have to leave here to do anything. Tomorrow, which would be today for you guys, we'll be shooting a video, hopefully, the stuff up on the lift. Hopefully. And real quick here, some of you guys are going to see that. We don't have a bolt in the middle. It's already drilled. We couldn't put the bolt in the middle until we get the line done. So it's done now. I go ahead and mount that. But that's pretty much it for the lift. I mean, if you're scared of doing this yourself, don't be. This really was, if you got enough manpower there to lift everything around, setting up wasn't bad. You just square it up by taking a tape measure. They give you the measurements, how far away it's supposed to be. You can measure from this inside edge or outside edge, and you get distance all the way from there to there, and from that side to that side, all the way to the edge, and that's how you square it with each other. Now, ordinarily, you measure from the edge of the building to this post and center it and all this other stuff. We did center it, but obviously it's turned, so we couldn't, we couldn't make it exactly square with this wall and with this wall and all that stuff. We had a little different situation. It doesn't matter though, and then they give you shims. There's all kinds of crap to it, but it's really not that difficult. They give you shims like this, and then you have to take a level, and you have to check it for level this way and then this way. And if it's not level, you take your shims and you adjust it. I only had to put, I think, one on that side and one on that side, and that was it. The other side was fine. It's perfectly level. So everything should function correctly. Super excited. This is going to bring a whole new level to the videos, because now we could actually get under the car with the camera and show you guys what in the hell is going on. And the camera, you ask, I'm still waiting on the G7X. I don't know. It's a weird deal. I asked the people, Amazon seller, about the refund, because I want to know if it's going to my account, in my Amazon account, or back to my card. They barely spoke English. I couldn't determine that. So I want to wait just another day or two, for probably tomorrow, to order the Canon 80D. I want to get the best camera I can with the best lens I can, which is a 10 by 22. So that'll have stabilization on the camera and on the lens. And we'll do a real nice Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, and hopefully have the best audio I could bring you and the best quality pictures. So when we get under the car to do something with the camera or in the engine bay, it's as good as I could possibly make it.